Hi, good morning. What I want to talk about today is firstly, I want to say to you if you're very unorganized and wanting to become an artist and you don't have a boss like you might be your own boss, it's good to have systems. First, give yourself some time to think about what you want to do, whether it be charcoal drawing, pottery, painting, and then try and develop a system where you wake up every morning and you put the things in the same place every day and you develop a system, a habit of just doing like 2 minutes a day even. And this is what this teaching is all about. It's 2 minutes, 3 minutes. Get into your habits. Good habits consisting of your art, because if you had to add up those 3 minutes after a year, you would have so many hours that you've spent working on what you've always wanted to do, but you have never got around to do it. There's a lot of 2 minutes or 3 minutes or 5 minutes in a day. So I'm sure you can set time aside. So what I've decided to show you today is, and on another video I'll show you to make your own charcoal. Every time you have a braai, a barbecue, a braai like we like to call it in South Africa, you just make your own charcoal. And then you just get some paper somewhere and you set up a board somewhere, rolls and reams of paper like this. And what you do is you just start scribbling. And like, you don't have time now. You drop the kids off at the school. Let's say you're a housewife or a house husband like me. And I've dropped the kids off to school, whatever. And now I've got 2 minutes, only 2 minutes, or I've got 5 minutes, and I want to get into a good habit. So I grab my charcoal, my tin of charcoal that I made, okay, and I just start scribbling. I don't have anything in mind, but what this is doing to you in 5 minutes is it's causing you to get into a warmed up creative mode. It's causing your brain to change over from what it normally does, because you don't forget to breathe. That's quite a good habit. Eating, that's another good habit. But this is a habit of drawing and creating and using the arm. And I want you to try and take this piece of charcoal, whatever shape it might be, twigs, big twigs, collect little twigs, hardwood, fruit, willow, softwood, any kind of wood, and see the differences that it makes, different wood. And don't worry about perfect wood, just get twigs. The more imperfect the wood is, the better. And then I want you to take 5 minutes a day and just fill in a white sheet of paper. So go to your local, you don't have to make your own paper, which is amazing. I'll show you that on another day. But you just go and get some paper from your local stationery store and start filling up your pieces of paper with creativity. And I don't know what it is. Keep it abstract at this stage. And then remember, use your hand and discover what the charcoal's marks are capable of. And you can use graphite, you can use pencils, you can use paint. But paint, I wouldn't go into color yet. I would, you're welcome to. You might be a master at color. But what I would suggest you do is just stick to a black and white idea for now. Light, dark. And just start making marks. And what that does to you is it will start stimulating your imagination. Because as creative people, it's an outlet for your creativity to start flowing. And if you are watching my arm, I'm slowly exploring different ways of moving my whole arm, my shoulder. Standing is a good thing because you can sit. If you're an artist, you can sit. But sometimes, as me, I prefer to stand because I'm creating, I'm expressing my creativity through my whole body, through my whole stance. And often you'll see me, I'll step back and I'll look at what I've done. And you can see there's a lot of repetition here. Okay. Now that's my subconscious. It's doing something where it needs to, and you'll learn to become familiar with reading how your brain is so excited and willing to do pattern. It always does pattern. It likes to find, I suppose, stability in pattern. So then practice chaos. So be conscious of this pattern that's occurring. I mean, I'm not even thinking about it and it's happening. So you'll find it's an automatic thing that you end up doing. I often do these little boxes and I don't know why. Maybe it's because I just want to create systems the whole time. But it's good habit forming. But then, because I'm conscious of it, now I want to break it up. I want to move away from these patterns because nowhere in nature, if you ever try to mimic nature, you find these patterns. You find rhythm, but randomness is what you're looking for. And practice the randomness. And you'll find I'll be able to paint today much better because I've warmed up my my arms and my mind and my brain. Because I think a brain is a very special organ. I also think it needs to be warmed up. It needs to be stimulated. And that's what we're doing here. We are stimulating creativity. We are stimulating imagination. You'll find then when you're driving in your car, dropping the kids off, fetching food, whatever, you will look at the veld or you'll look at a tree and your imagination will start imagining, or you'll look up at a cloud and you'll say, oh, I can see a face, or I can see a big bunny. That's your imagination reminding you of something that you can relate to. So, and it'll happen more and more. The more you do this process, and I don't think it matters how advanced you are or what a great artist you might be or think you are. This is always good to start your day like this. Very good habit. And then what I do at the end of the week, I'll probably have about 10 of these 5-minute mark making collage abstract things, and you won't believe it. Some of my paintings come out of these type of things because I start seeing, ooh, that looks like a ship. Ooh, I would love my canvas to look like that, you know. So then I start copying from these things, from these abstract ruins, okay. Some concepts that are how I would like my paintings or my pottery or my drawings or my sculptures to look, you know. So I think drawing should be it should be the foundation of every dream making, idea forming thing that we do in art. I don't think we should ever outgrow drawing. I don't think we should ever leave drawing. I haven't drawn, I stopped drawing for almost 10 years. I mean, I've been painting since I was 19, and there was a stage when I drew really well and I loved drawing. But then I just moved into painting, and then I painted all the time. And then I thought, no, they're two opposites, which, yeah, they are in a way, because, you know, painting is massing, whereas drawing is line. But when I went back to drawing, I started massing in like I was painting. So I was kind of like drawing in a way that a painter would paint. And that changed my drawing quite a lot. But then again, when I went back into drawing, especially of late, it started influencing my painting in a different way. So your mind's forever evolving and forever growing. And if you stay the same, I don't think it's a good thing. So it's a playful thing to learn. And when you're learning like this, I'm learning right now. It's a playful thing. And as an artist, as a creative person, as a human being, we mustn't forget to play. Because playing is part of the learning process. And in learning, in playing, in having fun, you want to go back and learn and play some more. And there's definitely a progression that happens. After a long period of time, you would have evolved into some new way of doing art. Because I'm not saying that you should always be doing the same kind of art. Although if you're good at it, it's wonderful. But it's a good way to get out of a rut or out of a comfort zone. And I would say start by drawing. And I'm looking at this charcoal drawing right now as a painting, because by heart I'm a painter, and I've started opening up my mind to clay and sculpture and pottery and all kinds of things now, because I found painting so draining. I used to paint for 8 hours a day, and I found it so draining to paint that I needed to paint less, because now I've come to a place where I know how to paint. But now I need to paint more effectively. Now I need to think about what to paint. I need to think about how I want my canvas to look. For me, it's not so much how to paint that flower or how to paint that vase. I know how to do that. So it's come to a place where I need to stimulate my creativity, my imagination, more than I need to stimulate the actual fundamental basic principles of painting. Light, dark, shadow, how to mix colors. I've got that wax because I've been doing it for quite a while. But now I know where I'm lacking. I'm lacking in the imagination part. I'm lacking in the realm of what should I paint? And it frustrates me terribly, because if I paint something, then people read into it and then they think I'm trying to say that. But I'm actually so childish at heart that I don't want to say much. I just want to create beautiful things that interest me, things that I find beautiful. I'm not trying to change the world with my painting. So I'm constantly trying to analyze and work out what is it that grabs me. And this is a way for me to find that. So now I want you to also experience lifting with a rubber, with an eraser, lifting some of that. Now this is a lot like painting, where you lifting out. It's almost like you've got a white brush now. And if it's starting to stimulate that image to you, it doesn't have to, because I know in the abstract world that we are in today, it's a lot about emotion, and it doesn't have to make a lot of sense. Then if that's all it is, that's all it is. But there's this reversal of lifting again, and then you can layer on again. So you can carry on like this way past your 5 minutes, by the way. So tomorrow you get more and more excited. Then you realize, oh my gosh, I tricked myself. I was trying to do 5 minutes because I only had time for 5 minutes, but I gave myself an hour. Oops. Well, that's quite nice, because you're doing what you want to do. You're getting into a good habit daily. If you can get into a habit, everyone can afford 5 minutes a day. That's why I say get into a habit daily, because I always say paint daily, draw daily, stimulate your creativity daily. It's a fantastic way to stimulate your creativity. And then tomorrow I will stick this on the wall. Tomorrow I'll do another one. Next day I'll do another one. And then I want to say to you, give yourself some distance from the whole idea now. Hang the picture, stick them on the walls. They don't have to make sense. So don't put yourself under any pressure. But then I'll say after 2 weeks, when you've had a bit of distance, suddenly you will walk past one and your imagination will stop you in your tracks. You will be captivated on something that you see in that quick 5-minute thing that you did. And it will spark off an idea for your next painting, for your next design on your pottery, for your next sculpture. It will be there, waiting for you to discover it. But it only happens to me once I've given myself a bit of distance. Right now I'm too close. Like right now I'm the creator here. But if I've given myself like a week or so of distance from being the creator, I become the observer. I become like the person that just walks into that gallery for the first time and just gets caught up and sees something that you don't see. Being the creator, we're always too close to what we've created. Well, give yourself some distance and you will see. You will trick your brain to see that painting or that drawing afresh, new, and in an exciting, imaginative way that will spark off new creative ideas. Okay, thanks very much. In another video, I will show you how to make some charcoal. But for now, I hope this will help you, stimulate you. Remember, you just need 5 minutes. And if you think about 24 hours a day, 5 minutes is not long. Thanks.